Erev Tov Chavrim, I'm Stephen Benoon. You are watching Israeli News Live. We have breaking news here on New Year's Eve. A little bit ago, not long ago at all, it has been released by the press secretary there of the Russian Federation that a phone call was received by President Putin from Prime Minister Netanyahu of Israel. You are looking at this on our screen and behind. Let me get this blown up for you. It is in the Russian language. For those of you that can speak Russian, well, God bless you. I'm going to break this down for you. It is a very serious, provocative article here that is coming out. Of course, we are looking here at rusdialogue.ru is the website that we are on right now. It is December 31st of 2016. The title of the article, Netanyahu suddenly called Putin on the eve of the new year. And you're going to be blown away at the very last line in here. And I have a very strange feeling that Netanyahu is about to unveil the plans maybe that NATO is planning, but in a roundabout way. Look at what the article states here. It's December 31st, 2016, 2200 hours is the time that this was released. Just a little bit ago here. Just moments ago, Russian President Vladimir Putin had a telephone conversation with the Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu on the Syrian crisis and the Palestinian-Israeli conflict. That's what the opening title is saying there. This was reported by the Kremlin Press Service, okay? That's what we have here. Now, let me move up on the article here so that we can get everything in on here. It's stating here, it says here, that's the first line there is where it says this was reported by the Kremlin Press Service. Next paragraph, according to the information, the conversation was initiated by Jerusalem. The sides discussed the situation in the Middle East, including the conflict in Syria, as well as the process of the Israeli Palestinian settlement. Next paragraph in there says details were also affected by the bilateral cooperation between Moscow and Jerusalem. That's interesting now. Details were also affected by the bilateral cooperation between Moscow and Jerusalem. All right, let me move up on this here. Pay close attention to what we're reading here, friends. In addition, the leaders exchanged congratulations on the new year, and earlier, let's get down here, right down to the very last two paragraphs here. Earlier, it was reported that Putin has urged Netanyahu to a joint resolution of the Middle East crisis. He also expressed hope for the further cooperation between the countries in 2017. Then comes the bombshell. All right, the bombshell right here, last paragraph right here. It states, it was also noted that Netanyahu admitted to Putin in any case the Israeli army could launch an invasion into Syria. What in the world is going on with Prime Minister Netanyahu talking to the Russian president who is there defending President Bashar al-Assad, and then he drops this bombshell that they might just invade Syria? I'm like, I'm blown away. But now, maybe I'm not blown away. It's interesting that the two are like talking like good friends, wishing each other well, talking about their cooperation there inside the city there. That's what they're saying. You know, that's what he says here. They said details were also affected by the bilateral cooperation between Moscow and Jerusalem. But that last paragraph, it was also noted that Netanyahu admitted to Putin in any case the Israeli army could launch an invasion into Syria. I am wondering if this is not something that NATO has been planning all along as a surprise attack on Syria. And what's happening now is that Prime Minister Netanyahu is letting them know what's breaking, what's happening. He's giving him a little bit of an inside information because isn't it strange that here on RT, UN Security Council has approved Russian draft resolution on a Syrian ceasefire. They're doing a ceasefire, and all the while, we've got Netanyahu calling up Putin here just a little while ago, wishing him a good new year and letting him know, oh, by the way, we may invade Syria. Something is up. Something is majorly up. And that's not just reported there. That's like I said, that's a press release is coming out. We also got here, I pulled it up right here off of this website. Where is it here? Right here. No. I'm sorry. Gosh, I pulled it off of another website here just a moment ago here. Let me see here. Okay, here we are right here. This website here. Political, which I did it with Google Translate on this one here. Same thing. Netanyahu suddenly called Putin on the eve of the new year. And what is he saying here? The same thing. Noted that to Putin, in any case, the Israeli army could launch an invasion into Syria. I think, now it's just, I may be wrong. I cannot imagine for the life of me that Netanyahu would up and suddenly talk about invading Syria on their own unless NATO's behind it or unless it's going to be a distraction over this whole thing of about a two-state solution, and because of the January 15th deadline coming, and the only thing that Netanyahu knows to do to distract all this is to invade Syria and to create an entire havoc altogether. Or is it because NATO isn't behind it? Is it something that he knows that Obama was planning and he's dropping the dime on on President Putin, letting him know that, hey, by the way, we're planning on invading Syria, just to let you know. Guys, this isn't good. Something's up. Something's majorly up. Here on the eve of 2017, we're talking breaking news, and I have no idea what's going to be the outset of this. And it may be that Netanyahu's planning on doing that because he knows that Obama has wanted Abbas out, and maybe he might even be planning to do this so that if he figures he topples Abbas, then maybe the United States will have a second thought about this two-state solution. Anything to either derail the process, or, like I said, it could be that Prime Minister Netanyahu is letting President Putin know that something big is coming. But the cat is out of the bag. Here it is. And by the way, we know the U.S. Obama, he expels the 35 diplomats, Russian diplomats, 96 people affected in all. Putin has invited them all to the Kremlin for New Year's and Christmas celebrations. Very nice gesture. And Putin also, as a slap in the face to Obama, says, no, we're not stooping as low as you in expelling the American diplomats. We're looking for a better relationship with President Donald Trump. I'm Stephen Benoon. Very serious news tonight, friends. I hate to be the bearer of bad news here on New Year's Eve, but it is a very serious breaking news. I'm Stephen Benoon. You're watching Israeli News Live. Erev Tov.